Hey guys, today we're going to make meatloaf. How many of you love meatloaf? It's a comfort food, right? It's something that you grew up eating, and a whole lot of people nowadays don't make it. I love it, our family loves it, except for my one daughter. So I'm making a meatloaf today, and I want to show you how. So on keto, I can still eat meatloaf, even though I put 10 saltine crackers, which 10 saltine crackers has 24 net carbs. And I use a 1/4 cup of instant oats, which has 11.5 net carbs, okay? So you're looking at 12 and almost 12, so 24 net carbs in those two ingredients, but you're gonna get 8 to 10 servings out of this meatloaf. So I'm okay with you having the oatmeal and the crackers, even though I'm doing keto and low carb, because I do more like lazy keto. And as well, as good as I'm eating low carbs, it's okay to have some meatloaf with some saltine crackers and oatmeal in it. So if you're super strict keto, then you might not want to do this, because I do use those two ingredients. If you're not super strict keto and you're just kind of watching your carbs, this would be a great thing to make. And I think that all your family would like it. So I start off with 3 pounds of ground turkey. Now, growing up, my mom didn't use ground turkey in her meatloaf. She used ground beef. I like it with ground turkey. It doesn't get as much grease in it when you're cooking it, and it's just a preference of mine. But you could absolutely use ground beef. Then I have chopped up 1 green pepper and 1 orange pepper. And I put all of it in there. If you want to use different color peppers, if you want to use yellow, red, doesn't matter. But I just like a green pepper and an orange pepper. Then I like these. Now this is Kroger brand. They're minced chopped onions. These have a great flavor. They don't taste, they do taste like an onion, but they have a flavor to them that's different than just a regular onion. And I have a cousin who, when he used to come over for dinner to our house when we were kids, he hated onions. So every time that he would eat at our house, he would ask my mom, hey, did you put onions in that? And my mom, this would be her answer. Well, I didn't cut up any onions and put in that. So unless they fell from the sky, I don't know. But I didn't cut any and put in there. She didn't cut any, but she used these minced dried onions. He never knew, and he always ate it. So I use these in my meatloaf. And I go pretty heavy on them, because like I said, I love them. I love the flavor that they give. And it's much easier than chopping up an onion. Let's face it. I'm not gonna cry using these. So I do 1, 2, like I said, I like them. I like the flavor. So about 3 of those you saw in the palm of my hand. Okay, then I put in my 1/4 cup of instant oats. And then I take my 10 crackers and saltine crackers, and I just crunch them and crunch them and crunch them as small as I can get them. Crazy. I don't use egg. The oatmeal and the cracker bind the meatloaf like an egg would. Then I use salt, and I use pepper, pretty good amount. But then I also use the steak seasoning. We use it on burgers. We use it on a lot of things, but I found that I really like the flavor that it gives meatloaf as well. So this one's a little harder to open. I ran out. I had to buy a new one today. So I do 2 in the palm of my hand. 2 of those. Okay. Then I have a big can of tomato sauce. I use about half of it. Let me grab my pan real quick. All right, then I start mixing. I'm gonna tell you a story about this. When my mom would make meatloaf when I was little, I always wanted to mix it. So I would always say, Mom, you need to let me mix the meatloaf. So she always let me. I would eat the raw meatloaf off my fingers. Don't ask me why, that's gross. I would eat raw hamburger. To this day though, I love the smell of raw meatloaf. Now, I'm grown. I don't eat it anymore when it's raw, but I did when I was a kid. I would lick it off my fingers after I got done mixing it. My mom would always yell at me for it, but I don't know. There's something about the way meatloaf smells raw that I really like. So all I'm doing is just mixing, going around. I'll show you, going around and around and around. And the best way, honestly, to mix a meatloaf is with your hands. It's cold, the meat's cold, but that is the best way, honestly, to get it all mixed up. Okay, so then once I have it mixed up really well, I kind of shape it in the bowl like I want, and then I'm gonna put it in my glass pan. Okay, let me angle this down just a little bit so you can see, okay? So I have it in my glass pan. Kind of pat it down a little bit, get it shaped more like what a traditional meatloaf is kind of shaped like. Okay, my dad's coming over to eat tonight. He loves meatloaf. Then I take the other half of that can, because I don't like ketchup, and I drizzle it over top of the meatloaf before I bake it. Now, if you want to use ketchup, by all means, use ketchup. Like I said, I'm just not a ketchup fan, and I prefer the tomato sauce. And I cover the whole thing. Okay? This is what I'm not going to pick it up with this hand because it's got meatloaf all over it. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to stick it in the oven, 350, and let it bake for probably close to an hour. I'll check it about 40 minutes, but usually I bake it about an hour. I'm gonna make some mashed potatoes for my dad, not for me, some green beans and peas, and this is dinner tonight, y'all. This is as down-earth, home cooking as you can get, a meatloaf dinner, yet still low carb friendly. So make it, I think you'll love it, and enjoy.